Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending our Sunday service from Happy Science UK. And I just came back from the Philippines, and it was a nice experience in Happy Science Philippines. And we have 160, we have a temple and also members in 160 countries, but some of the temples we are still having a struggle in, financially, and it's sometimes difficult. Your contribution of happiness planting make the impossible possible, and there are so many members in Southeast Asia running the truth. So your contribution is not just for your happiness. Yeah, it just leads to many people's happiness. So I'd like to say thank you as a previous Happy Science Philippine ministers. Yes. So today we are going to have two kinds of seminar. One is about the laws of Musakya, and another one is from the self-reflection, whole life self-reflection. So whole life self-reflection is a journey of your self-discovery. So the more you know yourself, the more you know, the more you grasp your tendency. And if you can grasp your tendency, you can change your destiny. So it's a quite deep self-reflection practice today. So let us start our seminar with the truth word spoken by Buddha today. Diero de cantare, Master New Hawker, the springer of the earth, and primordial pillar of the great universe. Thank you very much for giving us your great light of wisdom, mercy, and courage every day. Thank you very much for preaching many lectures, spiritual messages, curtains, movies, musics, koans, and kigans, and other weapons of light. Today, too, with our deepest gratitude, we will recite the truth verse spoken by Buddha together. The truth verse spoken by Buddha, Yuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is energy of Buddha. People turned it by the Seirashi, and Buddha Seirashi has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on us. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appears 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of progress. These 7 colors help each other, and there appears a Buddha lamp. Buddha lamp is shining brightly because of the gathering of bodhisattvas. This is a land of love or the land of mercy. This is a land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is a land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical body are the shadow of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is a symbol of the gods of lives. Each of you sails out as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman release means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat will get to pieces by a large rock, and it also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true verse. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to find your stream. Then you can change your course. The true verse means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true verse, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days, or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now, here, listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already paid. Please follow this white path and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have 3 aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past has already gone by. Yet still, your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and if yourself to reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will shed light in the future to invite some people to ignorance. Now here I command, there shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirits in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. That world is utopia. All of us could be the light of Bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of Bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep like mind, and in between with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. So in the first seminar, we are going to study about the first and the third chapter of the Laws of Nisaya. So let us watch the excerpts from the first chapter. And the Master Yehokawa will talk about the dangerous aspect of democracy.
本年77回目のセットに、そうだ、少々関連の大観さんに話をしていきますことを、とても嬉しく思っています。今日は、よく本心や珍しくもあり、難しくもある、基本的な考え方を整理して、お伝えしたいと思っております。そしてその考えは現代、悩みと混乱の中にある人類にとっても考える基本的な基準となるであろうと。このように生活していると何が善で何が悪かということが明確にわからないことが多いんです。この世で尊敬されている例えば職業とかあるいは家があるだとかあるいは財産だとか、外から見た良さとかあるいは現代では昔や俳優たちの中にもすごく憧れる方もいられる方もいると思いますけれども、この世でみんながいいと思うものの中に本当に神の目から同意できるような方もいればそうでないものもいる。日本で総理大臣をやっても天上界に帰る総理大臣は残念ながら地獄の落ちる総理大臣、この違いを人類に見分けるのはとても難しいです。なぜなら神の法によってそれを判断しようとしないで地上で人間たちが作った法律や考え方によって判断しようとしているからです。それは私もいつも正しいとは言えないわけですね。またそうした悪法が出ないようにそれを批判し、攻撃し、一応として役割をしているマスコミというにもここ200年ほど大きな期待がかかっていたんですけども、マスコミの仕事の中にも善悪やはり混在するものがあります。やっぱり地上的な常識や地上的な知、あるいは地上的な学問、科学、こんなものが前提にあって判断しているために、こちらの地上的なものの考え方がっていった場合には、そこから出てくる善悪の基準も間違ってくることになる。信仰心があって、やっぱり神に祈る気持ちがあって、 人間が作るものは完全なものではないから、いかにこのような政治制度を作ればいいとか、このような法律を作ればいいとか思ったとしても、その上に神あるいは仏という概念があって、その心を映したものを地上に代理で、政治家とか、法律家とかそういう方々が、作ってそれを執行する人たちがやることが善であると考え方はありえますけども、そうでないものも出てきたということですね。例えば現代においては、民主主義とか、議会制、政党制、それから思想とか、大体西洋型のデモクラシーの考え方は、普遍的な価値として受け入れられつつはありますが、全部が受け入れられないものもその中にはあります。例えば先ほど言いました法治主義にいたしましても、結局この世の人間たちの代表が多数決で最終的に決めることになりますので、この世の常識が違ってた場合と、それから多数を占める人たちが、そういう神に祈るような人々ではない間違った考え方や自分の利害に基づいて、その利権を押し通すために、ある種の法律を作って自分たちの権利を維持しようと、そういう形を作っていく場合には、その法律そのものの根を自分にしてしまう力を持っていると思います。また過半数の方々がそういう信仰のない、あるいは場合によっては悪魔のその箇所を受けるようなこの誘惑の中に生きている人になった場合、選挙型民主主義も残念ながら完全なものとは、まず信仰心を持ってください。神の言葉を聞いてください。長い人類の英知を無視しないでください。その中で科学や物質的な反応があってもいいと思いますが、これは最終的な人間の存在ではありません。あくまでも魂のトレーニング、それを忘れずに、どうか多様な価値観の中で正しいものを選び取っていく、そういう知恵を磨く修行の場として、この地上が長く使っていけるように維持すること、私たちの仕事だと思います。来世のことは十分な情報がまだ知られてはいないと思いますけれども、どうか私は幸福の科学の教えが地球の隅々まで広がることを求めています。地球人類が今80億人近い人口になろうとしている中で、半分以上の人たち、過半数が間違った思想、要するに信仰を持たない世界をずっとしているのは、これに対する反作用が始まりますので、どうかその前に人類の考え方を変えていきたいと思っています。それが私は救世主の仕事だと考えています。どうか信仰心を中心に人生と自分たちの仕事を組み立てていってください。そして人間としての正しい生き方を一人でも多くの人に伝えてください。ありがとうございました。
Yes. Thank you, Masaru Hokawa. Yes. So in the first chapter of the Laws of Messiah, Masaru Hokawa said, it is very hard for humanity to tell the difference. People don't base their judgment on the laws of God, but based on man-made values. And this is this is the one of the conclusion of the first seminar. People in modern society might affirm something as good, even though God does not think it is good for humanity. So what does it mean? Sorry, I couldn't. This is a quote from the first chapter. In democratic societies, some places are becoming totalitarian. Yeah, in democratic societies, people are homogenizing their views on human rights issues and climate change issues. Here too, I tend to say what must be said if I sense any danger. So in the UK, UK is one of the advanced country in a sense about green revolution.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you are more familiar with it than me. But let's see what's happening.
It's an ambitious plan to cut pollution from traffic. Britain's set to ban the sale of new petrol and diesel vehicles by 2030, earlier than originally scheduled. Some hybrids will still be allowed, but there'll be grants for electric cars and funding for charging points. All part of a new 10-point plan aimed at making sure the UK meets its commitment to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is calling it a green industrial revolution. The plan aims to create up to 250,000 highly skilled green jobs by 2030. It includes a pledge to make London the centre of global green finance and involves mobilising $16 billion of government money, with the private sector providing up to 3 times that amount. One highlight is a pledge to quadruple offshore wind power by 2030, producing enough electricity to power every UK home, as well as a big boost in hydrogen production. But the opposition Labour Party says only a third of the programme is new money, pointing out countries such as Germany and France are investing tens of billions of dollars. For this expert, it's a small step in the right direction.
Just a few weeks ago, we identified that the government was spending just a tenth of what's needed every year to meet net zero. £33 billion a year is what's needed every year over this parliament. What's been announced today is welcome, but it does fall short from what we think is needed.
The plan involves greater investment in new nuclear power plants as part of the non-carbon energy mix. It also includes funds to insulate homes and public buildings, responsible for roughly a third of the UK's carbon emissions, as well as tree planting programmes and new carbon capture initiatives. But there's nothing about something environmental campaigners want to see: a frequent flyer levy.
We believe, and this was supported by the UK's Climate Citizens Assembly, that there should be higher taxes for those people who fly more, so that the first flights are comparatively cheap, but they become steadily more and more expensive, because we know actually that just 15% of people in the UK take 70% of the flights.
The government's promising to invest in clean public transport and make cycling an easier way to travel, especially in cities. The challenge now is what incentives are needed to make a real difference. Nadeem Barber, Al Jazeera, London.
Yeah. So this is what's happening, but this is also what's happening right now.
We are in the middle of a wind drought. For several days now, a stiff breeze has skirted the UK, looping around from Norway across to the Atlantic. But Western Europe is there in the middle of it all, and it's almost totally calm. It'll stay like that for a while yet, and that matters because our wind farms are almost all in Scotland and the North Sea. It's not until Wednesday or even Thursday that the winds pick up and the turbines start turning. The lack of wind is having a big impact on how we're generating our electricity. This has been our energy mix over the last year. Wind produced around 28%, gas 42%, and coal just 1.6%. But look at the mix from lunchtime on Monday. Gas power stations have been ramped up, producing 61% of our electricity. Wind is down to a little over 3%, about the same as being generated by coal. This snapshot is unusual, but it does show the limitations of renewable energy in some weather conditions. And winds are likely to get weaker with global warming. These are the projections on future wind speeds, even if nations collectively reach net zero soon after 2050. They drop significantly across the northern hemisphere, shown by these shades of blue, a phenomenon called global stilling, and it's caused by rapidly rising temperatures up in the Arctic. In the UK, winds are expected to weaken by up to 3% by 2050 and 10% by the end of the century. Right now, the UK is taking a big bet on wind. We have 14 gigawatts of onshore wind turbines and around the same offshore. But the government has a target to increase that capacity to 50 gigawatts and to turn off gas and coal power stations by 2035. However, having the turbines doesn't make them turn, as we're finding out now. And although the government also plans to expand nuclear energy to 24 gigawatts by 2050, that wouldn't fill the gap left by the lack of wind at the moment. We will need to find some other other way of storing much more through long-distance cables if we're going to keep the lights on.
Thank you. Sorry for the last vibration, though. But yeah, so we have a energy crisis, and nowadays media twisted the fact, and it's because Russia. But it's actually not. There are, politicians use the green revolution and the wind, the electricity from the windmill, wind is constitutes 30%, but now it's a wind drought. So that's why everything is going expensive because we don't have much energy. And this week I had a news here. Yeah. Now the government official asked the core generators to be warmed up as backup. So it's getting better. So it's actually crazy that we have to do the green revolution, green revolution, because green revolution comes from the assumption global warming is caused by CO2. But this is a master's point of view. Yes, so that assumption is now has become popular because of Greta, and he said in the laws of Messiah. In addition, it is known that Miss Greta received financial support from the organization that have close ties with the Beijing government. By putting these pieces of information together, we can see that there is a grand plan to destroy the prosperity of developed nations of the Western Bloc, and she is taking in and used to help realize this. So we need to. This is a big picture. So China is now. Chinese Communist Party caused the World War III by the biological weapon, but even it's also a battle of the values. And now the assumption of the global warming is now popular, and the politicians of the UK take that long belief, and they believe in science, but actually that science is actually false, and because of the false values, they made a mistake. And now it's actually happening that in democratic society, some places are becoming totalitarian, especially about the climate change issues. So people in modern society might say, net zero is an ideal, but actually it's not.
Right.
So we have to be careful of what's happening, and if we want to realize that net zero, we can't travel. we can't travel, and we shouldn't work, and we shouldn't produce anything. But that is something that other countries want to realize, to exploit you, to exploit your country. So we need to know. And this is one of the big issues from the third chapter. So we need to spread the truth about the climate change issues. There is a political thoughts behind the climate changes. And today I brought. Here is. So, but the countries are changing. So we are going to spread the laws of Messiah through this letter. So I believe the laws of Messiah has a power to stop the false science, especially about affirming the climate change issues. Or climate change has been happening because of the CO2. That's not true. And if you say blindly believe it, we have to minimize the industry, and then we will fall into the trap by the devil. So we need to get more prosperity of this world. So it's a good cause, and I think it's time to take actions because now the industry, I mean, generator industry, has been start changing this week. So this is the first seminar. Sorry, this is just a small news. And of course, we will focus on the teaching of the mind because Master is Messiah, but also he is Buddha. So we will deepen the teaching of the mind, but also we want to build the ideal utopia in this world. Yes. And from February, we are going to practice the whole life self-reflection. And in the whole life self-reflection, we are going to do the self-reflection from zero, I mean, even before we are born, and from 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and 9 to 12, 12 to 15, and so in every 3 years, we are going to do a self-reflection in every years. So it's like we are making a summary of our life, and the basic concept of the whole life self-reflection is a self-discovery. So sometimes, we are just too busy to reflect on the days, but whole life self-reflection will give us the opportunity to look back what happened and what we learned, what mistake we made, what we have missed, and what is our life. So I really hope that this opportunity will deepen our enlightenment. And if you know about karma, we can change it. So today, we are going to practice the 3 conditions. Number 1 is this is a koan from Look Within Your Mind, and the first koan. Today's first contemplation is slowly remember your first love and heartbreak. I'm sure everybody, some of you might have so much first love. We want to love from each other. So first love and heartbreak. So this is every time you have a heartbreak or emotional struggle, there is a meaning. And that's the moment that you are guided so much from your guardian spirits. And second contemplation that we are going to do is remember the difficult days when you are frustrated with your schoolwork or when you suffer from an inferiority complex. Why I cannot do it as much as she can do or he can do, or why I cannot do it as much as my brother or my parents do. So when you look at the days in high school, I'm sure everybody has a sort of the inferiority complex. Did we overcome it, or did it still remain in our hearts? If we have a remaining inferiority complex coming from our school days, maybe that frustration come up when you are working or in a human relationship. So this is today's contemplation. Then we are going to practice the third contemplation. So as a reference, we are going to watch the excerpts from the movie Divine Protector. So please remember your days in high school or junior high school.
Who is it? Hey! Sorry we are so late. What? Wait a minute. What is this? What? What happened here? Why? What's going on? I don't know. Maybe someone has a grudge against me? What? Nanako, you've been out of luck recently. Has anything else happened? Actually, I do feel like someone has been watching me. And also, what? Die? That's scary. What's this? A curse? Oh. Look. Do you think this could be a curse? The Divine Protector repels curses?
Well, in 538, Buddhism was introduced to Japan.
In Emperor Suiko's reign, Prince Shotoku became regent. He issued an imperial rescript and made Buddhism the pillar of the nation. Since then, Buddhism and Shintoism have merged, and shrines and temples were built together. This is the synchronization of Shinto with Buddhism, we call it. Prince Shotoku merged Shintoism and Buddhism.
Nanako!
Is she alright? Take her to the nurse's office.
Yes, sir!
What is it?
There are strangle marks on her neck. A strangle mark. Oh my gosh. Nanako, are you okay? Miki, Rino, I'm okay. What happened there? Well, I suddenly blacked out. It felt like someone pulled me and I fell down on the floor. And I can't remember anything. What happened was, it's not there anymore. Don't panic. What is this? What is it? You okay? Die! You okay? Calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Breathe. You're okay? Isn't it the 7th today? Look, we can summon the Divine Protector. The night of 7th. We should give it a try and see if we can summon her. Let's see. Make a circle with salt and draw a pentagram in the middle. Put your wish in an envelope, then burn it. Nanaka, here. help me?
I am Master Salt.
Oh my gosh! Rita! Hey, wake up!
Nanako Igarashi. You're currently tormented by a living ghost.
Living ghost? Oh, the divine protector. Oh, for real? Please have a seat. Hey, is she a human? Or a ghost? She can hear you. She's real. Who exactly are you?
You are the one who summoned me. I will only answer questions about curses.
Okay. So what is a living ghost?
It's the energy of a living person with strong, vengeful thoughts. It comes out of the body to harm those it has a grudge against. More troublesome than the dead spirits.
Oh no. Did I do something bad?
You don't have a keen sense about yourself.
What?
Nanako, you really are cursed. But this is an ordinary type of curse. If you just summoned me out of curiosity, then I will leave now. Bye.
Hey, please wait! This might seem like a small thing to you, but this is a really big deal for me. Please help me.
To start, I'd like udon noodles.
What? Noodles?
Hello.
You can leave it right over there.
Okay, got it.
I'll get the money.
Here you go. Udon noodles for you.
How much is it?
That'll be $5.
Here you
No
go.
change. Great. Your receipt.
Thank you very much.
Good day.
Thank you very much. Now, let's begin. Living ghost that is haunting her. I summon you! What's your complaint against her?
She is a hypocrite. What?
Can you be more specific?
It's all good, but she flirts with guys. She took everything from me.
You are her classmate, a girl. Kojima.
How did you?
You're I, but you are the quiet type.
See you later.
Hi, Haruto.
Do I know you? Sorry, I'm on a rush. Hanako,
Hey, Haruka.
you're going to prep school now?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Onishi's class, right?
I can tell you like his class.
Yeah, can you tell? You know, he tells us lots of little stories, so it's just so much fun. Think so?
Hanako, what is it?
Nothing.
You okay?
In Emperor Suiko's reign, Prince Shotoku became regent. He issued an imperial rescript and made Buddhism the pillar of the nation. Since then, Buddhism and Shintoism have merged, and shrines and temples were built together. This is the synchronization of Shinto with Buddhism. Prince Shotoku merged Shintoism and
Nanako!
Is she alright? Take her to the nurse's office.
What? That's the reason? Shut up! Your insensitivity gets on my nerves!
It's true that you are partly responsible. As an honor student, you draw attention easily, but some get jealous. So always be grateful and also be careful not to be arrogant.
I'm sorry.
I won't forgive you! I hate you!
Having said that, your verdict is in. I say you are evil.
What, me? She is the one who is evil!
It's frustrating to fall behind others or not get noticed by the guy you like. But before you get jealous on others, you should change your miserable heart first.
Shut up!
I will now repel the curse. A living ghost that curses and ruins people's happiness is unforgivable. Repel! Return! And protect! Reflect on yourself. Go back to your body.
My body feels lighter now. It's gone. Look. Yeah. Really? That's awesome. Right? Master Salt, thank you so very much.
A selfish mind that Keep seeking what you want even at the cost of others' happiness. That is a curse. Always remain mindful of little things.
Yes. Wait. How can I be like you, Master Salt? Hey, Nanako? Can you please teach me how? I want to know more about what's really happening. Actually, I've always wanted to be someone who can help people who are suffering.
For you to be able to repel curses, you'll need training.
I understand that. But at least, can I help you in any way?
You can summon me if you find anyone who needs to be helped. If it's a sincere and an earnest wish, I'll be sure to answer.
Yes. Thank you very much. Huh? Oh. She's gone. Nanako, wait. Master Salt?
A curse. It's the wish to bring others unhappiness. Today's people don't know this. This world is filled with curses. We need a divine protector who repels curses.
Yes, so I hope that movie scene helped us to remember some of the emotion in the school days. Yeah, I also have a heartbreak moment that she didn't come. Or I also have somebody that I don't like. I don't wanna see him, but he always attack me. So there's no way to escape. So I had a human relationship problem. And I was struggling a lot. But it's important to self-reflect and also wash away the emotion. Otherwise, we actually seek on the way to become happiness. We become, angry because I don't want to see him, or no, I want to control her. These emotions actually connect with evil spirits. I'm sure she is a good person, but she doesn't know how to control her big emotion. And Master Hokawa talk about the curse, spell, and possession in the third chapter of the Laws of Hell. And so it's related. Yes, so if your mind say die, that is spell, and the curse is like I don't want to see him, or like very light way of bringing unhappiness to people. But a spell is more like aggressive, die or disappear or something like that. Then those minds are actually connect with a mind. And the Master Hokawa also another aspect of the protecting ourselves from the curses. When we become happy, when we become successful, we sometimes ignore people's emotion. And those emotions remain in their hearts. And they have sometimes curses, spells, or some possessive thoughts on us. Then that will become your illness. That will become your car accident. That will become a small incident that can change your course of your life. So it's a practical method to protect ourselves by self-reflection. And this is a teaching from Master Hokawa. I hope you can see it. yeah, young people are very sensitive to the things that happen around them, and so they most likely see themselves from the perspective of me against the whole world. That is during this period, people tend to be strongly self-consciousness, tend to be very sensitive, and tend to perceive themselves as being opposed to the world. So what he wants to say is that we constantly think about ourselves, especially about our emotion. And he said, you likely have extreme deep relationship with each one of your friends, romantic partners, amidst the hardship that arose in those relationships with others. You likely suffer pain and find yourself easily drawn into conflicts. We are taught that it is exactly through these sufferings and troubles that polish our goals. So in a sense, the first big setbacks is in school days, especially our romantic love or study. So yeah. So today we are going to have two kinds of contemplation. One is your romantic love, and another one is about your study, especially about your inferiority complex. That inferiority complex calls you what? Or this heartbreak maybe gave you less confidence, or maybe you might have a habit of blaming yourself because of this, the first first heartbreak, and so on. So today we prepared a contemplation seed. So please look at the contemplation seed. And there are two contemplation seeds. One is a love balance sheet. But first, we are going to practice the self-reflection, life self-reflection 5, adolescent, and the age 16 to age 19. The first column is slowly remember your first love and heartbreak. And so, which class did you belong to, or who did you like, or who did you hate? Please write down your everything you come up with at the age of 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'm sure in the 16 or 17, it's more like a romantic love. Or 18 and 19, maybe it's about your study. So I think everybody has certain big incidents. So those emotions in every instance remain in our hearts. And those frustrations might cause you trouble right now, maybe about the self-confidence or the relationship with others. So the days in the school days are very important to self-reflect. So now we are going to take 10 minutes and think about your days. And if you say, oh, I don't have any problem, I don't have a maybe some of you I have to say like, oh, I don't have a heartbreak because I was popular. That's okay, but that's the moment you have to do the self-reflection. So yeah, maybe your words or action might look arrogant to other people, and that your small ignorance of other people's feeling might cause trouble behind the scene. So yeah, there must be a two types of self-reflection about you and how other people feel about your action and of us. So now, let us, before we begin, we are going to dedicate prayer to God and the guiding spirits together. Then we are going to practice the breathing method concentration. Then we can get the guidance from our guardian spirits. Dear Lord Cantare, Master Yuhokawa, thank you very much for preaching the new law series, The Laws of Health, in which you talk about the curse, spell, and possession. We will reflect on the school days so that we can wash away our negative emotion in the days and also gain the wisdom to how to protect ourselves from any curses. Now we will dedicate prayer to guardian and guiding spirits. Prayer to guardian and guiding spirits. My guardian and guiding spirits, deep inside of me, you are the light of hope, the source of wisdom, and a shield of courage. Every day, may you help me develop my soul and revive my mind. Every day, may you give me inspiration and show me the right path to follow. Please protect me from all evil. I God be living a better life. For this, I give my thanks. So now, please strengthen your back and relax your shoulder and sit-stand body. So now it's your time to connect with your guardian spirits. So let us imagine our mind is like a lake. By calming down the surface of the lake, we can see the bottom of the lake. By seeing through the bottom of the lake, we can connect with our guardian spirits. So let us attain peace by breathing method concentration.
Please calm your mind.
背筋を伸ばしてください。
And straighten your back.
背筋を伸ばし、肩の力を抜き、呼吸を入れてください。
Relax your shoulders and harmonize your breathing.
それでは最初のせせらぎの瞑想に入ります。
We will now begin the meditation of the flowing stream.
手を上に向けて膝に自然に置いてください。そうです。
Place your hands on your lap with your palms facing upward.
そのままで呼吸を整え、上にあるところのせせらぎの図を、そのビジョンを見ながら、透明なる川の水となって流れて てください。
Now calm your breathing and let yourself flow like the water of a clear stream.
So now please start your contemplation about your first love and its heartbeat. Okay, so please enjoy contemplation once. Thank you, Lord El Cantare, for your guidance. So, how was it? That was actually so much fun, right? Yeah,
memories.
we want to hug our past.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that is I think that eye is very close to our guardian spirits. So you can see yourself objectively, and there is always some guidance behind the scenes about your club, about your study, about your romantic love, or about your relationship with your parents. Those are the moments that you are guided the most. So I would like to two people speaking up your face. Like any experience would be nice. And from me, I have an experience as a captain in my basketball club. So I served the captain for 4 times in my life, and it was such a wonderful days. But one of the team that I served as a captain, it's actually a strong team. But I was a captain, but I was not the strongest one. So sometimes members are rebellious because they have their own opinion. But as a captain, I also have a opinion, and so yeah, if I cannot convince them, I always feel the inferiority complex, or I'm not stronger enough, or I don't have so much charisma, or they don't listen why didn't they listen? So yeah, but that gave me so much time of contemplation. Every way back to the home. So yeah, actually it was a suffering at the moment, and I wanted. There's a moment that I want to quit the captain, but those experience gave me so much emotion. Of course, yeah, sometimes good, but sometimes yeah, always bad, but sometimes good. So those experience enrich my days a lot. So I couldn't talk about the days in high school without mentioning about the gravity. So I'm sure, yeah, the hell you feel at the school days is actually a heaven when you look back. So I would appreciate your any sharing about your popular days in school. I guess I assume, I don't know. Yeah, I would appreciate your any comment about your Nima-san.
While contemplating, I remember of the time I was 18 years old, and I was just admitted in the university. So I was a very, very introvert and sensitive person. Like in the Middle East, it's really like a rare that a young man is like more sensitive. Like more people are just like, because from the early years, boys are, the society trains boy to be like dominant or like more strong. But in my case, I was a very introvert person. So most of the time I was like spending my time alone. And when I entered the university in the age of 18, after a few months, I now remember during this reflection that I had a crush on a very young lady in my class at that time. Yeah, she was a very beautiful lady, not more beautiful as my current wife. But at that time, I hadn't met my wife yet. So yeah, but because I was so introvert and sensitive, I had lots of like mind games with myself, like imagination, and instead of making like necessary action, like in the outside world, which is very natural. At that time, I was like very hesitant to make any move or necessary move, but instead I had a tendency to overthink about like this love or something. And as I said, at that time, I felt like a hell. And I will explain why I felt like that. But now, when I look back, it's like a heaven because it's both funny and beautiful at the same time. Because while I was overthinking, it took me so much time to make friends because I was so introvert at that time. And I used to meditate a lot at the age of 18, like alone most of the time. And I was approached by another male a student in my class, and gradually we became friends. And he invited me to a party, like a party of young people, all the students. And yeah, it was my first ever experience, like attending into a party in a kind of like teenage style. Everybody's drinking or smoking and just making romantic gesture. So I hesitated, but then I accepted and went. But when I went inside as a very shy young man, I found the same young lady, like in the arms of another male students, and they were so romantic. Yeah, they were hugging each other and drinking and smoking. And yeah, I felt heartbroken at that. Like, yeah, when nobody loves me or something. Yeah, when I reflected, I see this as a very beautiful encounter because yeah, through our based on our perspective, everything changes. Now that I look at it, I see its beauty. Yeah, there's nothing painful about that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad it helps.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to listen to everybody, please. Please, so, and now we are going to have a third meditation. Yeah. Yes. So practice with a love balance sheet. So you might say, oh, it's actually no. There's no. Yeah. So it's important to look back on our days with other people's perspective. So we are going to think about the human relationship more, about your with your parents or with your friends. And one of the purpose of the love balance sheet is to be aware of we are living in the miracle. Yeah, he or she might say something, something about you, or how to say, any human relationship is actually a miracle. So it depends on how we see it. And if we can change our perspective, we can be grateful for anything given by the Lord. So now we are going to think about love from others and what did we do actually for other people. So let us become one with love, especially the love of from the Lord. And there is another sheet, love balance sheet. So let us write as much as possible. Please enjoy contemplation. Thank you, Lord El Cantare. Yes. So I'm sure you love your life even more, and you love other people more, and you love how miraculous it is to have our own life. So the whole life self-reflection is a journey of the self-discovery. So every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, or depending on the days, depending on the everybody's schedule, we are going to have a whole life self-reflection seminar every Wednesday, and it's going to be one hour. So not like a lecturer speaking to you, more like you contemplating on your life. So every 3 years, we are going to do the self-reflection every 3 years, and your experience will become another inspiration to people. So we are going to treasure Dharma talks. So it's nice to talk about yourself. It's nice to talk. It's nice to people listen to people's life as well. So I'll update you any schedule. So if you are interested, please let me know. Yes. So now to conclude, we are going to recite prayer to El Cantare. Dear Lord El Cantare, Master Yu Hokawa, thank you very much for giving us our own life with so much love from our family, friends, neighbors, teachers, and younger friends, senior friends, and any kinds of people on this planet. We will deepen our wisdom and love, and we will try to reach out to people's suffering and help them to lead to the enlightenment. With our deepest gratitude and pledge towards Lord El Cantare, we will dedicate prayer to El Cantare. Prayer to El Cantare. Lord El Cantare, you are our Lord, Buddha and Savior. We believe you are a Master of Masters, the highest God of this planet Earth. We believe you have the supreme power, both in heaven and on earth. You are a great spiritual being, the united consciousness of Buddha and God. Lord El Cantare, we believe you will lead all people to true happiness. We believe the fourfold paths of love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress perfect the principles of happiness. I truly believe these principles will save the entire world. O Lord, please grant us a holy vision to spread the truth all over the world. We will cross the vast oceans and light the beacon of truth in every corner of the world. O Lord, please entrust us with a great power to save all humankind. We will devote our lives to creating Buddha-like utopia. Lord El Cantare, as long as you are in heaven and disciples are on earth, we will hand down our vision to future generations and achieve your great power. We, the disciples of El Cantare, will join together to become a ship of your great power to save the people bring them to the shore of enlightenment. Oh Lord, we thank you very much for granting us the prayer to your Cantare. So this concludes our Sunday service. So congratulations on attending the Sunday service.
Thank you.
So, yes, and we have an explanation about the open day. So Hima-san, could you explain to us? We have a letter here. And thank you for those attending the service from YouTube. We are going to update you in the email and other tool. Thank you very much.